Hello everyone, it's Hannah here from Virtually Fluent. Welcome to today's video, which is a grammar video on be used to. It's a really tricky structure to use correctly in English. So we're going to analyze the form, the meaning, and we're going to compare it with other similar structures, used to and get used to. If you would like to practice using this structure correctly with online activities, games, and worksheets, and to see some native expressions that we use with this structure, be used to, as well as used to and get used to, please check out our online grammar course. I've left the link to that in the description below. But for now, let's get started with the grammar video on be used to. The primary meaning of be used to is for familiar routines, things that feel normal and typical now. For example, I am used to starting work at 7 a.m. It's normal for me to start work at 7 a.m. and it's a routine for me. We can also use it to explain that situations may have been difficult before now, but now it is a familiar routine. You have overcome that difficulty. For example, he wasn't used to remote working at first. You may also see it being used to talk about living and working conditions. For example, she is used to a fast-paced environment. The form of this particular structure is the subject, then the verb to be, and then that fixed part, used to. That doesn't change in this expression. You can see this in the examples we've already seen. I am used to starting work at 7 a.m. He wasn't used to remote working at first. She is used to a fast-paced environment. What you'll notice is that the verb to be can change to any tense, as long as it's conjugated to your subject. Having said that, generally this structure is used in the present simple form and the past simple form. So the present simple, I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, they are. For example, I am used to working long hours. And when the verb to be is used in the present simple tense, the meaning really focuses on something being familiar right now. We can also use it in the negative form. It's important to note that the negative is with the verb to be and not with the used to part. For example, I am not used to working long hours. And the meaning slightly changes here because you want to say that something still doesn't quite feel familiar. It's still a little bit strange and new. The other important tense for this structure is the past simple, which is I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, they were. For example, I was used to working night shifts. Now the meaning slightly changes here because we want to say that something was familiar and routine, but not now, in the past, at some past point. Typically, you will be given some sort of context for this sentence and you will have an event, a past event, that tells you when exactly this familiarity was. It can also be used in the negative of the past simple. Again, it's the verb to be that becomes negative, not the used to part. For example, I wasn't used to the pressure at first. Again, here we're focusing on a particular time of your life which is in the past and finished. But of course, here we're saying that something wasn't quite familiar. Again, a little bit strange, a little bit new, on the way to familiarity, but you haven't quite got that as a routine yet. You may see the verb to be being used in any other tenses. For example, the future will form. I will be used to it by next month. Or for example, in the present perfect tense with have, has been. For example, I've never been used to this cold weather. However, as I said, the present simple and the past simple tenses are the most common uses of this particular structure. So we already know we have the subject and then the verb to be and then this used to fixed part of the phrase. However, we do also need to focus on the next part after this as well. And that's because if this is a verb, it must be in the gerund ing form. For example, I am used to starting work at 7 a.m. It must be in the gerund form if it's a verb. He was used to working long hours. It's the same no matter what tense is being used for the verb to be. However, it doesn't always have to be a verb. It could be a noun. We've already seen a few examples with nouns. She is used to a fast-paced environment. I wasn't used to the pressure at first. So we've had a look at the meaning and the correct form of this structure. The final thing we're going to have a look at is comparing this structure to other very, very similar structures. We have be used to in the present and the past, which we've already had a look at, but we also have a completely different used to expression as well as get used to. So we're going to analyse each of these individually now before we put them together to see the similarities and differences. We already know that be used to in the present simple tense, first of all, is followed by the verb in the ing form or the noun, and second of all, has a meaning of familiarity right now. For example, I am used to waking up at 7 a.m. now. We don't care about the past, we don't care about the future, the focus is on the routine and the familiarity right now. The second structure is be used to in the past, which is the was, were used to form. Again, this is also followed by the verb in the ing form or a noun. And we've already spoken about the meaning of this structure, which is familiarity in the past, a specific past point in time. For example, I was used to waking up at 7 a.m. when I lived in London. So here we have the context, when I lived in London, a finished past time of my life, and this waking up at 7 a.m. was familiar at that point. We don't really know what the connection is to right now, the present, or into the future, because we only want to focus on the past situation. The next structure is used to, so there's no be in this structure. Now this is different because this is conjugated to the subject, and it's also followed by the infinitive form of the verb. The meaning is also different. We're talking about something which was a past habit. Now this has finished. We know that we're talking about both the past and the present in the sentence because we know that now is definitely different to the past habit. For example, when I say I used to wake up at 7 a.m., I also know from this sentence that now I don't wake up at 7 a.m. Maybe I wake up at 8 or 9 a.m. instead. And the final structure is get used to. This is quite similar to be used to because the verb to get is the part that is conjugated and the used to structure doesn't change. It's also followed by the verb in the ing form or by a noun, but the meaning is a little bit different because get is the process of adapting. You haven't quite become fully familiar with something yet. You're still having a little bit of difficulty with it, but it is easier than it was before. So think of this structure as a scale of difficulty. Something was difficult, now you're getting the hang of it, you're halfway there, and in the future it will be a little bit easier for you. For example, I'm getting used to waking up at 7 a.m. I used to find it really, really difficult in the past. Now it's a little bit easier and hopefully in the future everything will be fine. So this particular structure is talking about adapting, and you can see we have a little bit of past, present and future in this sentence. So if I put all of these example sentences together on one slide, you can see that they look very, very similar, but the meanings are very different. The two in particular that most students get mixed up with is the was, were, used to, that's the past form, and just used to. And this is because they both talk about a particular point of time in the past. First, it's really important to note that the grammatical structure is different. Remember, was, were, used to is followed by the ing form of a verb, while used to is followed by the infinitive form of the verb. However, the meaning is different because although both of them are in the past, the focuses are different in the two sentences. Was used to talks about a familiarity of a particular point of time in the past. Used to tells us about a past routine that no longer happens now. They are exceptionally difficult structures to use correctly in English. Not only the grammar, using the correct form of the verb and conjugating them correctly in positive and negative forms, but also choosing between each of them and using each one correctly according to the context, the situation that you're trying to express. As I said, if you would like to practice using these structures correctly, you can take our online Be Used To course. I've left the link to that in the description below. If you learned something new or simply enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn those notifications on so you know exactly when we release new videos with English grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, and general videos about British culture, life here in the UK. That's everything for today. This is Hannah from Virtually Fluent, bringing English to life.